Nations system repeatedly. But this is something that I take very frequently from one of my close associates who's worked in this quite some time ago. To the West, we say, when you talk to us, we talk to you. You preach to us, we disconnect. More and more nations are asserting themselves to say, why are you giving us 17 principles? We are big enough, educated enough, knowledgeable enough to bring our own principles. And you will see in 2030 that the United Nations system will be seriously challenged. Aligning with SDGs is good because most of Schedule 7, Origins, MDG are still aligned to SDG. So we're okay with that. But to say that you must have 100% alignment, why? Who's telling us?
Yes.
Who's dictating to us? I'm sorry. India will find its own space, its own destiny in its own way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We can take few more questions after the during the lunch break, sir.
We take one last question.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, please.
Hi sir, my name is Ujaswita. So somewhere you mentioned in the conversation that there are 4 prime sectors, thematic areas, basically education, health, etc., which have become saturated in terms of CSR fundings. However, I still feel that when we talk at the global level, we do see, like for example, my organization, we work at the foundational literacy numeracy level, okay, and globally we do see that the challenges still exist, like so 7 out of 10 children are still unlettered. Now, having said that, when you say, and I have also been feeling the same, that the fundings coming to these sectors have gradually reduced over the period of time in the circle. I would also like to know your thoughts on what should NGOs and organizations, particularly working on one thematic area, do once they figure out that these thematic areas are getting saturated.
I'll answer that very briefly because we're running out of time. All I'll say is this, that doing or spending on education in India can never be saturated. There is so much to do in education. I was in the Ministry of HRD for 8 years. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan runs in my blood. If you think that health issues of our nation will be sorted out by a part of the CSR fund, there's so much to do. It will never happen. All that we are contemplating is a little bit more diversification in the CSR spending. But I can assure you that these basic verticals will remain pretty much intact. There will be smaller dilution, but not to the extent that you fear. Thank you.
Thank you for answering.
Thank you all so much. Sir has actually pointed upon very, very important topics, and I can vouch for it, sir, when you said that CSR has become a profession, and when we talk about data, because 2014 when the law came in, I was pursuing my PhD in CSR, and believe me, there was nothing, literally nothing to look up to. There was no research papers, there were no data, as I was mentioning, even in the international forums there were no data. So yes, we had Carroll's theory and different pyramids and principles and philosophies were there, but if we actually talk of models of doing it, and if we really talk about data, there was nothing out there. So yes, we have actually done a lot of work over here, and that's brilliant to know and understand that the linkages of CSR is with SDG even before the SDGs came into being. So Schedule 7 was actually designed while SDGs were still in the process, or were not existing, only the MDGs were there. And furthermore, yes, we can see the shift from the CSR to ESG, or the integration of CSR with the ESG, which is coming up. So thank you so much, sir, for your insights. It's always great learning from you. And to felicitate, sir, I would request Dr. Neelam Gupta to come over here and felicitate him with a gift. The sovereign, sir, has been prepared by the beneficiaries of RO. These are handmade sovereigns, right?
The CSR beneficiaries.
Sir, I am reminded of one very senior IAS officer when accepting the felicitation. He said, "I don't accept closed boxes." So I thank you, sir.
Sir, please. Sir, please.
iPad, laptop, iPad, case, and some handmade envelopes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Neelam. Now I would request Gayatri to come over here and take the next session, which is on measuring social impact, tool design and practices. Over to you.